King.
Is that?
So can I start?
That's our new name, damn it.
Okay. So asking for the foreigner friend in the room, what does not subtle seen mean?
Oh my God, so glad you asked. Let's open this up. Let's get this rolling.
Hi, I'm KJ Workman, and this is
Melvyn Bermudez
with Not Subtle Seen Podcast, brought to you by Milestone.
It is. So, good question. We're here with Gogo Bethke, queen of social media.
Literally.
Real estate, literally.
The queen.
You know, it's funny.
We should have brought her a crown.
I went to Burger King this morning, too. I could have done it.
All right.
Man.
Go home, come back. We're going to get you a crown.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't have fit.
Oh, true.
True. So
well, you know what? Maybe we'll
time.
make a bedazzled crown that goes on the earpieces and just.
But just for her. She'll have to come back and do it again.
But no, you know, to answer your question, Not Subtle Seen, the whole idea of this rebrand that we've done is, think of like the industry, right? The whole goal is to not be subtle and to be seen, right? You don't want to be that subtle agent. You don't want to be that subtle title person. You don't want to be that subtle person in general. I don't know, for me in life, I don't want to be that subtle person at all.
I don't think anyone at this table is subtle.
No.
Probably
But we
in
all
this
are
room.
seen. I mean, that's the thing. We all are seen. There's visibility in everything that we do. You know, so that's really where the name came from. We toyed with a couple different ideas. What was the other one we had that we were toying with?
We had disruption.
Disruption.
As an option at one point, and we were really kind of going with it because it's
We were.
more like break in and be disruptive and like round up disruptors. Let's go. But then
This just made more sense. And then, you know, when I deep dove, and by deep dove, I mean I hit deep research on ChatGPT. But I had it look through everything everywhere all at once to see like what's available. Because I'm a big coherent, like I need like cohesiveness in everything. You know, so to find out, the Instagram name is available, but the you know, website domain is not, or this is available, but that is not, right? So it took us a lot of time to go through a bunch of different ideas that we had to find one that wasn't taken everywhere. And this
that we liked, that we felt like unity with.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you say something and it's like it clicks, and it's like, oh, that's the one, and that's what happened. We came up with this, and I was like, that sounds like us, you know. So yeah, that's where that came from.
So
for your friend, let your friend know.
Yeah, let your friend know what that means. So we've actually got Gogo on here, which I think we mention her in every podcast we've done.
Frequently.
I'm pretty sure. So if you listen to any of them in the past and we're like, our friend Gogo, this is her. Do you see?
This is the Gogo.
Do you see what we're talking about here? So we do often.
And it's 11:11.
Oh, you know what? I even have a better idea for you. Hold on. You ready for this?
Yes.
You ready for this? We're getting this podcast going at 11:11. Hey, Alexa, it's Gogo time.
Hey Gogo, you rock star powerhouse woman. Welcome to the show. We're happy you're here and we love you.
He's like a
I was like, it has to be pink. We have to make it pink.
Oh my gosh, that was so cute. And it was at 11:11.
At 11:11.
I'm at the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right thing. God
that's
is good.
right.
Got
Hey, manifest that
goosebumps.
shit.
Yeah.
Look. And Burger King just messaged me. Can't make this shit up.
Can't. Can we get back? Can we have
Where's
our
the
thing
crowd? Do they deliver crowns?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Can we just order crowns? We
Can
don't
you
need any.
DoorDash?
We can.
Can you DoorDash a burger?
Oh
We don't
my
want
gosh.
your meat. We want your
What's
crowns.
funny is I got to turn off the Google on this TV. So, you know, it's a...
Google.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. You know, we're getting there.
Somehow Google and Alexa thought that they're related, and Google was like, yeah, you want me?
It's like
No,
its second
that's for your
cousin once
sister.
removed or something.
Yeah.
It's all AI driven. So Gogo, we mention a lot. We usually talk about how, you know, she's got balls, but she wears them up here. That's one of her favorite things that she says. So she's not subtle at all. She's seen everywhere. She's very visible. She has
100%.
high visibility on her Instagram, YouTube. She's got a TV show. We're going to kind of back up and tell you a little bit about Gogo as a person, and then we'll lead you into more of what she does in the business and in our world is social media and in real estate. So mom of two and married to the love of your life, Dwayne.
22 years.
22
Love that.
We just had our anniversary.
Were you in Spain? Were you overseas in Europe when it was your anniversary? Were you back by then?
We were back by then.
Okay, I couldn't remember. You were over there forever.
Yeah, we were there for the summer.
Which was, I mean,
cool.
we all tracked you and we were like, what's Gogo doing today? She's on a
That's the
different
point of, right? It's like I don't want to have to work to pay the bills. I want to work so I can spend that money on life,
Right.
Because you can't take it with you. There's
Right.
no hearse, or what do they call? There's no U-Haul behind the hearse, so
Yeah.
it's all staying here.
I like that.
right? And I like to live my life the way I want to live it in this lifetime. And so I want to make a lot of money so I can spend a lot of money and enjoy my life. Now, I'm not a spender, like, I'm an investor. Like, we'll get to that. But
like every extra dollar she makes, she reinvests. Like we talked about that. She'll be like, oh, what are you wearing? She's like, I literally got this on Amazon. I'm going to put all my money in crypto. And I'm like,
true story.
Can I just hang around this girl all the time? And like, just what should I do today, Gogo? Because like, sometimes that's just my life. I'm like, what should I do?
Sometimes it's not even the big, it's the little things that you can pick up from people. Like when you taught at Agent Lab and you spoke, it was cool to hear someone in your position who has accomplished so much. You're like, I don't care if I'm selling this lamp for like $7. I'm going to get that $7 and I'm going to put that back into something. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And most people, and I speak for myself because I am most people, I literally don't, I need to work on that. And that's what I'm learning from you a lot is like, valuing things properly and like doing the right thing. But like I am very much that guy that's like, I don't have time to deal with these Facebook people for $7. I'm not going to do it. But then you add up all the $7 that I probably missed out on. Like that's a whole ass meal.
Since you get so deep in ChatGPT, maybe ask ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, if I invested $7 into Bitcoin 5 years ago, what would that be today? You want to play that game?
Let's play that game.
Let's see it. But I also wrote this down because I think we should get T-shirts made while she's ChatGPTing that. WWGGD.
Hey, if I invested $7 into Bitcoin 5 years ago, what would that be worth today?
Do you want to guess before
an over? Do you want to guess? Let's see.
$4,000.
Did you say $5 or $7?
$7.
Not
that we are sticking with his $7. Facebook people. Theory.
You would have made $3,500.
Okay, so we will show you $7 turned into. Where is it?
You're making me nervous that I didn't even do this. God. This is like a theoretical situation, and I
need like where's the? I don't know what button to push. What button do I push? Damn it.
Okay, so.
Perfection. The answer is.
So where was? Let me do this. It is giving me a whole math.
Well, it's funny that it's. I love that it does that. So being that we have me, Grok in the car, AI in the car. You're not my Tesla.
I'm not in your car.
So the Tesla has Grok in the car, right? And going back to that theory, put on my Gogo brain.
WWGGD.
Yeah. I was sitting in the car. I was like, you know what? Like my lease is up next year and I wanted to get like a Cybertruck or a Model X or something.
Does it worth 6,000 pounds? That's all I care about.
Oh, see, I got to learn that part too.
So does it weigh 6,000 pounds?
Stay tuned because she's going to talk to you about that in the Go Get
Gross vehicle value. I don't care what you want. It has to be minimum of 6,000 pounds. After that, you can choose whatever model.
I guess I'll get a G-Wagon.
That's why like so many rich people drive Denali's.
Why do you think they buy Escalade or they drive Escalades and G-Wagons and Bentleys and things that are super heavy?
It's not just because they can afford it.
Yeah, I would.
You have heard of this like big beautiful bill, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 100% tax write-off.
That's freaking insane. Yes. See, I got a lot of tax.
So that means you're buying, if you're making $1 million, you're buying a $200,000 car, you're not paying taxes on the $200,000. This is my disclaimer. I'm blonde. I have no college education. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Talk to a professional.
She says that every time, and yet just do what she says. Go.
Is that number real on your phone?
Yes, she does.
That's what I'm trying to double check.
Oh my gosh. So I did basic math, but I was sitting in the car and I was driving, right? And I basically word vomited to Grok as I'm driving because it talks back to me, safely. And I was like, hey, my lease is up next year on my Tesla. I'm looking into possibly getting either something bigger, Model X, Cybertruck, something with more space, bigger, blah, 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 right? And I said, let's run a scenario. The other alternative that I want is a Ford Bronco, completely opposite end of the spectrum. I said, we're looking at $45,000, $50,000-ish used for a Ford Bronco, somewhere between $69,000 to $100,000 for the Tesla that I'm interested in. I said, hey, go through online, find out what the normal maintenance is for all of the vehicles that I questioned, average in, say, $75 to $100 a week in gas, blah, 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 blah. I said, run the numbers and tell me what, the best decision would be for me financially. Between the two vehicles, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm saving money by switching to electric. As an electric car driver, yeah, you are, but how much more are you spending for the car? In theory, if you're buying a RAV4 for $48,000 and you're getting a Tesla for $48,000, yeah, you're saving money because your payment's going to be the same as it was for the RAV4, and now you don't have gas, oil changes, engine parts, all that stuff. But if you're taking a jump from, say, a $40,000
But do you
vehicle
really care
to
about the oil change, which is like, I don't know, $170 if you get to write off 200 grand?
that's the part. I mean,
do we care
exactly.
about the oil change, or do we care about reducing that taxable income?
And that's the thought process shift. When it talked back to me, it was like, listen, it would take you 20 years to pay the difference between the $50,000 car with gas every week, with oil changes, with this, with that. It took you 20 years to make up the difference between the Cybertruck that you want and that Bronco.
And Melvin's going to get tired of the car in 3 months.
And
so.
I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, 20 years? I haven't kept a car for 20 weeks. What do you mean?
How many car are you on?
45.
In how many years?
36. Well, I guess less than that because I was 16.
Yeah, exactly. You weren't driving and when you were running around in diapers.
something.
You know what I mean? So in 20 years, 46 cars is
so
like
much wasted
2 cars
money.
a year.
Right.
I know.
He's had this one the longest. He's got this Tesla now.
getting
He's
old.
had it.
Well, when you get a lease, you're stuck. So
Are
that
you
was
ready
my.
for your $7 investment 5 years ago in Bitcoin?
Oh God, I'm so scared.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Bitcoin at the time was $11,000. So if you bought $11,990, if you bought $7 worth, you bought 0.0005%. So it's like a tiny. You bought like a smidge,
which is what people do
but
with
that
index
today
funds.
that would worth, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it would worth $66.26 today, which is a 9.5 times return on your
Oh,
investment.
wow. Not 9.5%.
And imagine that bigger
times.
scale.
Yeah, not 9.5%, 9.5 times. You
So
almost 10 times your money.
Most people don't invest $7.
Almost 10 times your money.
But
So if you invested 1,000, what would that be?
Oh my God.
This is why, guys, even if it's like $7, even if it's $50, even if it's your, I like to call it your Starbucks money.
Yeah.
You have to start investing it, appreciating assets, because if you leave it in the bank, it literally you're losing money every single year it's in the bank.
You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Because of,
Are you paying attention yet?
okay, sorry, I
hope
like
they are.
numbers.
She loves numbers, and she's
crazy.
very good.
Crazy.
She's a what did we call you earlier? A freak in the sheets?
Excel sheet.
Excel sheet.
Excel sheets.
She excels at the sheets.
Yeah. Holy sheet.
Holy,
Oh, that button, I love it.
I know. We should have a button for them to push to.
I
Can we
know,
get just
I
a
know.
button hookup for them? Maybe is that
Probably.
a thing? Ask the wizard. He
Add to
knows.
cart.
And Mr. Add to cart.
Add to cart.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. So, Gogo is from Romania. She moved here at the age of 21, and I know this stuff in my head because I know her.
Right.
But I
am
still-
Hungarian by nationality, just FYI.
Oh, wow, I should write that down as a note. Hungarian by nationality. But she came here at 21, not speaking English, with $200 in her pocket. And originally as an au pair, right?
Yes,
You were a
yeah.
nanny and then you had dreams of coming over for the American dream. You often talk about the American dream when you're on stage, talking about don't waste your opportunity, get your ass off
Yep.
your seat and do what I've shown you the blueprint. All you got to do is check the boxes. And then take us from there. So you're at the $200 or an au pair.
So I met Dwayne, my husband. So
bar,
I
right?
came to United States on January 20th of 2003. On March 17th, so barely 2 months later, I met him in a bar. 2 months later, I was moved in, and 2 months after that, we were married.
Oh my
Wow.
God. I mean, who wouldn't? Look at her.
Choose.
Who wouldn't?
He's a catch. He's a keeper. Thank you. So yeah, we didn't have kids right away. So we spent a little time. Our first was born in 2007. So about 4 years went by. So we lived a little bit of a young married life. And then now I have an 18-year-old, and then I have a 16-year-old.
Happy birthday.
It's actually Duke's birthday today. Duke, I love you. Happy birthday. And Kobe, I love you.
Oh, I
You
don't
just
have a
had your
birthday
birthday.
button.
Happy birthday. So so we did that, and for a while I did all kinds of jobs. So I like to joke and say process of elimination. So I have the most random job history ever. So I started out in a coding, anything that has a code on the back, those like barcoding.
Oh, yeah.
So I started out in a barcoding company and in shipping and receiving. And so I was like best friends with the FedEx guy. And then I moved from there to a jewelry.
FedEx and Excel. She's like, that's it. That's all I need.
And then I worked at a jewelry store in sales, and I freaking killed it. I met my quota every time. And then I started putting
I could totally see
my
that.
sales.
oh, I could see that.
I started putting my sales into other people so they can meet their quota. But the reason I left is
That's funny.
because there was no incentive for me.
I got overflow. I hit my cap here.
Yeah, because I didn't pay you more. After you met your quota, they didn't give you more, right? So I was like, might as well just give it to others. But then I figured out very quick, because again, I can do reverse engineering, math in my head, and I figured out when I was entering my numbers into theirs that their bonuses were higher than mine, and they did less in sales. I was like, yeah, peace out, I'm out of here.
Wow.
In that job, I figured out that I'm good at sales, but B, I don't like to sell things to people that they can afford. So there was this one day, this older gentleman, you could tell that he was in no business buying a diamond tennis bracelet. I mean, he didn't have 32 teeth. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm like, you better off just going to the dentist, buddy. But I felt really bad because he did buy the bracelet and I did make a very good commission, but I knew he probably drives a car that was less than that bracelet, right? And I just didn't feel good about that. So I left that. And then I went to NSF International, and NSF International, I worked in the plastics department and data entry. So we did like PVC pipes and all of those things. We tested them to make sure, you know, that the composition and chemically and all that, they will last for a lifetime. And then from there, I moved up to, you ready?
Ready.
A restaurant food safety auditor.
What?
Like for OSHA?
Pretty much. So I have a restaurant food safety auditor certification. So I went from barcoding to plastics to restaurant food safety. I also worked as a server, my very first job in a restaurant. And again, I printed money. Talking about that $7 thing, I would take beers out to guys. So we had a Harley night, which was like outside. All of these guys on a Harley would show up. And my job was just pretty much to take beers out, and they would tip me $1 every time. Like, I printed money. Like, I literally would go home with $1,500 because I just like, looks like you need another beer. Looks like you need another beer, right? Like, I was.
She's like, you're not holding me back.
I was printing money then, right? So I enjoy anything that has to do with people. You know, I believe that money exchanges hands when you solve a problem for somebody, right? But there's always another human on the other side. So we are all in the
energetic
human
frequency. Money is.
Yeah, and we are all in the people business. So as long as you're good with people, you're going to make money. And then our oldest, so when I was at NSF International, our youngest got sick, Duke. And we almost lost him to Giardia, which is a freshwater parasite. Now I know what it is.
Oh.
I hope you all don't know what it is. So he was 9 weeks old and we almost lost him. And then so I decided to stay home. I did get fired at the same time because my FMLA, I ended up using it all up when I stayed home with him. And so the company had a choice. They said if they keep me, then it's giving the wrong example for everybody else to abuse their FMLA. So they said they can't. He's like, we have to let you go, but we would love to have you back. I just never ended up going back. And then I stayed home for a while. And
a secret blessing because...
Thank God. I was able to collect unemployment, stay home with my baby, and raise him to health. And so I stayed home about a year and a half, and I realized that I am not cut out to be a stay-at-home
Same.
I'm like,
Same.
All due respect for all the moms that love to make colorful spaghetti and, you know...
I mean, it's an important job, but not one I can do.
When I was like rainbow spaghetti, and I was like, no, I can't Google Gaga all day. I do
just
value
Go.
Exactly. I do value myself of like not how much money I make, but I have to feel like I'm contributing to society, and then I can carry myself.
Right.
Like I can't be on somebody else's shoulders. It's not an option for me. And even though my husband would happily, and he was taking care of us, and happily, I can't. I have to make my own money.
Yep.
So my neighbor at the time, she was a marketing director for a title company.
Great people. Those are the best people.
I mean, you know what?
I love them.
They're amazing humans. So I can thank my real estate career for Lisa, our neighbor, who was a marketing director for a Capital Title. And I think she's still at Capital Title up in Michigan. And so she stopped at the end of the driveway one day and she's like, you would make an amazing realtor. And I was like,
yeah, you can usually spot the like good ones.
100%. 100%.
And I was on, watching HGTV all day long with the kids and stuff like that. So I was like, that's shit is easy.
I do love AGT. I do love AGT.
You get 3 houses, pick one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how you do it.
And these clients just come to you and they're pre-approved. Like I love that meme that says that one collects butterflies, the other sharpens pencils, and together they qualify for $1 million. It was like,
where are they?
Where are these people? Right. So yes, HGTV does make it look very easy to be a realtor. So I thought, how hard could it possibly be? Right. I went and got my real estate license. She recommended me to Real Estate One. I went in there. I talked to them. They said they would pay for my licensing if and when I pass. I passed right away. So my investment into real estate is $0. I originally paid for it, and they reimbursed me from the first transaction. So really, I had no investment into starting this madness of a career. And then very quickly I realized that, hold on a minute, HGTV kind of false advertising.
HGTV will get you, boy.
And it's not that easy.
It'll crush your dream.
Yeah.
It will. I just recently found out that most of those people have already closed on their home and they're just pretending to walk through.
It's backwards. The whole thing is backwards.
I know someone on the show. They had already bought it months before they even
of course
filmed the show.
The whole thing is backwards.
What the hell?
What the
hell?
What the alien?
That's crazy.
Yeah, the whole thing is shot backwards. They'll reach out to the agents. They say, okay, who were the last 5 closings? Who's willing to go on camera? And then you go and then you pretty much play it back. Like, be like, okay, I'll show you 2 random houses that are on the market right now, and then show you your own house.
But I mean, agents want to be on TV, so they're like, okay, sure, show my listing that obviously they're not going to buy. Go ahead.
Yeah, like
Put me on TV.
Pretend
Exactly.
arguing in the house. What the heck?
Oh, yeah. They have to find things wrong with the house they pick ahead of time, even though they end up already picking it.
And you always be
They
picking
already live in it.
You always be picking the yeah, right. You always pick the dumbest shit too. Like, I don't like that the walls are blue. Well, fucking paint them. The hell?
no.
You're really mad at something that's aesthetic, like paint. I know it's expensive, but it's paint.
But it's
$40 a can.
You know, you walk in, you're like, I don't like that this wall is in the middle of my living room. Oh, that's a problem.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Maybe the floor
Probably
plan,
load bearing, can't get rid
the
of
location.
But paint, you're complaining about paint.
Well, they got to find
Listen,
something.
Linda.
They're not ready for home ownership.
The
You
producer
know,
said.
there's a
Find
lot.
something.
You know, there's a lot of that right now, though. There's a lot of people that aren't ready, or I wouldn't say. I mean, yeah, not ready, or just don't understand.
And
And
the
I'm not
idea
even saying
about
just
our
people,
kids-
realtors. There's a lot of realtors that just don't understand.
I'm worried about like our children's generation that grew up doing this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is a little wild.
How are they gonna butter bread?
Yeah,
Like this motion, they don't know how to do.
no,
Or
no.
like this motion, oh gosh.
What's this?
Like,
Yeah,
what?
we're. I
Like,
mean, we're.
That's why they don't like the walls blue. They don't know how to fix it. They're like, what do you do? I can't just
It is.
click, click, click.
It is so nuts. It is so nuts.
Alexa,
you
change the walls blue. Oh, don't
The
do
kid, no, don't do it. Don't do it. She'll do it. She'll do it. You tell her to do anything, she'll change the colors in here. But yeah, no. In the world of digital, it's crazy. You know, especially for the youth. I'm watching like some of these people, and it's really weird. It's like you're into books a lot, and you know, I watch a lot of like
I read my
Discovery
eyeballs out.
Channel-y stuff, right? And I'm just thinking like, where are those kids? I know I don't have one of them. Like, I don't have one of those kids. It's like, I want to be National Geographic. I want to study turtles. Like, he's like, there's no drive. There's no desire for anything. Like, how do these kids get that?
They're like, what do you want to meet?
Well,
What do I
if you
want
They're
think
just
about
sitting
it,
there
they
like,
always
tick, tick,
got
tick, tick,
everything,
Fortnite,
right?
Fortnite,
Like,
Fortnite. I'm like,
everybody won on the baseball team. Everybody was a winner. Everybody got a trophy.
oh my God, we're going through that right now with soccer with him.
Yeah, so if everybody gets a trophy, then the first time they
Yep.
go to apply for a job, they're gonna be like, "What do you mean I didn't get it?"
What do you mean?
Crazy.
What,
I
what
always
do you
got
mean?
what I
Like they'll
wanted.
commit suicide over it because they've never
It's
heard
crazy.
no in their entire life. They never had to fight for anything. There was
Right.
never competition. They're going to get a very nice reality check out there in the real
100%.
world. But maybe they'll get stronger later in life. I think that's what's going to have to happen is because
has
you
to
also
happen.
can. It's also not an option for a 37-year-old son, in my case, which is 18, to live like he's not living in my basement. So kids are
Right.
going to have to like buckle up, Buttercup, figure it out
That's
because
right.
nobody paid
Yeah.
a penny for me. Nobody bought me a car.
Right.
Nobody paid my rent. Nobody bought me clothes when you're 22 years old and you have a job. Like,
Nope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope, not an option.
I think about you probably. Well, I know more than you think about me. No, I'm kidding. I mean, because of the way you raise your children and the way you think about how like hard work is necessary. Like,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be hard all the time, but it does have to be hard for a little while.
Yeah. Right.
And then it can become easier. But these kids are like, oh, this is hard. It's a syllabus, and all you gotta do is sign your name. What do you mean it's hard?
Yeah,
Like-
it's the things that should not be thought of or looked at as hard that they see as hard. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I mean, to your point earlier, what you said earlier, like Hunter's at his new school. It's a charter school, so there's a lot of different rules, different things. You know, like parents have to be involved. Like you have to put in hours. Like there's all these different rules now at this new school. Like, but his
Show
thing
the
now
right
is like
example.
he's into soccer, and where he came from, it was everyone wins, everyone plays, everyone's great.
I don't like that.
And now they're doing tryouts, and he's like, he got mad. He came home in the first week of school, and he was all upset because they put him in as goalie, and then they didn't leave him in as goalie. They removed him and had him sit down because he wasn't doing the right thing. So he came home all pissed off about it, like, I'm really good at being a goalie, and I'm really good. I'm like, I don't think I'm horrible. I say it horrible sometimes, but like, I'm not that parent that's going to sit back and be like, oh, it's okay, buddy, you're so good. I'm like, yeah, you probably were. You probably were horrible, and that's why they removed you.
But that
because
should
you think you're great at
also-
everything, but you never take the second to humble yourself and understand. I know he's only 10, but I'm not going to be that parent that sits back and just says, that's great. You know, even he builds things with Legos, and he'll come out, and every next thing he builds is the best one, right? Is this the best one? And I will look at it and go, no. It's not the best one.
We had
the
this-
one you did before was the best one. Oh, well, I think this is the best. Well, that's called an opinion. And my opinion is it's not because you've done better. Yeah. And you can see it in his eyes. I'm clicking and like trying to figure it out. He's like, holy shit, he's not just going to be like, that's great all the time. No, absolutely not. If it's trash, it's trash. I'll let you know
Absolutely.
it's
not.
No, it's trash. Okay.
We have to give Gogo her own button.
I know.
So we had this, when we lived in Michigan in our basement, we had this like basketball machine, you know, where you have like the net and then the balls roll down and you throw it up and two people can play next to each other.
I love those.
I'm really good at it for whatever reason. Because I think it's because I'm short, so short, I can stay really close to it. And I just, you know, like really good at it. Anyway, we were playing one day with Duke. And at the time he was probably like 5, 6, 7 years old. Right. And Dwayne's watching and I'm like winning by mile. Right. And Dwayne pulls me aside. My husband, he's like, are you going to let him win? Like, why don't you just like, gosh, like you 30 something and he's 7, like let the kid win. I was like, no. I have zero intention of letting him win. He needs to know that I'm much better. So Duke was keep doing that. Okay, one more time, man. One more time, man. He was getting really upset because he thought if we play one more time, he was going to win.
We actually got it on you?
So, no.
No?
He lost every time and I won every time. So finally, he was like getting teary-eyed and he's literally crying because he was so upset because he couldn't win, right? And I said, do you want me to let you win? Because that's the only way right now you're going to win if I let you.
Right.
So we walk in upstairs and he says, Mommy. I'm like, yeah. He goes, one day I'm going to beat you.
Good.
Love that. See, that's,
and I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Because I said, the only time right now you're going to win is if I let you. It's not going to feel good.
No,
but do you want to beat me one day? He's like, one day, Mommy, I'm going to beat you.
And that's what we
not like physically, but in oh my God, have you seen him? He's like, he's
tall.
He's 15, just turned 16 today. And he's like 6 foot, 6'1", size 13 and a half feet.
That's crazy.
So he's dunking on you.
Oh gosh.
Literally.
Like I couldn't. Yeah, I would have to now do circles around him. You know what I mean? Like I mean,
he's gonna say, "Mom, do you want me to let you
he'll take one step, and I have to run a mile."
But even like the mental process behind that, like hypothetically in that situation at 7 years old, if he did actually get one up on you, right? So much more gratifying for them. Like, holy
if you
crap,
really beat me, but if you're not, I'm not gonna let you.
Yeah, and I think the same thing. Like you watch these, I don't watch a lot of reality, but I do love like Big Brother. I love watching Big Brother. And it's funny because you watch these people who have watched this show their entire lives and they know everything about Big Brother, but then they get on there in their little diary room confession and they're just like, I can't believe so-and-so's lying to me and they're doing this and that is the game. Like you're supposed to do that. Like you signed up.
You've watched how many seasons of people doing that? You didn't expect it to happen?
It doesn't make any sense, but like these people mentally go into this and then they want to eliminate the good players. And I've never understood that myself, whether you're watching Drag Race, this, that, any competitions-based show, right? Where you have to vote people off, I'm going to go on that show to beat the best. If I can't beat the best, then I'm not the best. If I'm just voting off people that are better than me so I have the easy route to the top.
You look better?
I don't like that, and then that's what most people's mentality is. Like if you're going to put me in a room and compete, hey, you're competing against this person. Okay, well, I want the best. I want to say if I won, I really fucking won. But if I lost, bow down. Like you are better than me for sure, and that gives me a drive to do more. But most people don't think like that.
It's hard to teach that.
It is hard. I
mean, unless you want to learn how to be that way and kind of follow, you are who you hang around, and watch people who are like that, who give respect to those that are doing better or whatever version better. Then you want the drive, but it's hard to get someone to want that. All they want to do is win in the moment, that instant gratification, that Amazon effect that we have right now.
And I think a lot of it, you have to kind of humble yourself too. And again, like listen to those people who have already made it. There's a lot of people, and I'm sure you've been up against this before too, where people will look at you and your success and they put this little, their own little idea and spin on it. Like, oh, it's because they're nose up and they're snotty. Oh, it's because this. Oh, it's because that, right? You can go into it with that mentality, or you can sit back and go, holy shit, no, she made it. Let me listen to what she has to say because obviously it worked. You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't get it. I mean, I grew up with 3 sisters.
You're going to have it all, right? You're going to have people that look up to you. You're going to have people that hate you because of what you achieved, because they see what they haven't.
And let them.
Right.
Let them.
So you just have to be okay with not care about anybody's opinion. Like I could care less. Their opinion doesn't pay my bills. I always say I start caring about your opinion as soon as I can deposit it into my bank account.
How many times has Melvyn said that?
That's the first time I ever met Gogo when she said that.
I know.
Yep.
So when we mention you before, we're always like,
she had everybody raise their hand too. Raise your hand if you're uncomfortable on camera. The whole room. Great. More uncomfortable to be broke.
Yeah, everyone was like
oh,
she's so
I was like,
right.
ugh. And you heard a couple groans in the audience. It's always like the mean girls in the back. Always want to say something like, oh. I'm like, girl, you're broke. She's not. Move on.
I'm sure some people people assume that you just kind of came from this. And like we talked about, came over here not speaking the language with $200 at 21 years old, getting multiple jobs, and then learning the path of real estate. If you want to say, like, is this someone that I should listen to? Let's talk about where we're at right now. So you're the CEO of multiple companies, but 7 active companies that you're physically running at the moment, which we'll kind of break those down. But then at EXP, her brokerage of choice, she has built a team of 1,400 agents in her downline.
Whoa.
I'm one of them.
Wild.
I mean,
Rockstar agents.
when people ask me why I joined EXP, like, this is not the answer that EXP people want to hear, but the reason I joined EXP is because of her. I would have gone wherever she was. If she had been with LPT, with wherever.
All the other 3-letter.
All the other letters.
So many 3-letter companies now.
It wouldn't have mattered
What
to
does it
me.
stand for? Exponential growth.
Right. Yeah, you're like, It stands for
It stands
Gogo.
for whatever. Yeah,
Experience.
it stands for whatever you want it to stand for, right?
Yeah.
But she's got it together, and then we're up here year to date. Your downline team, 2.1 billion with
She
a
wrote it with an M, and I corrected her. You can see that.
Yeah.
Right, that she like
right here.
Yeah.
Zoom in, Melvin. Good luck.
it
With
is
a B.
B billion,
Year to
2.1
date.
billion year to date, almost 5,000 transactions.
And then, crazy. And then one of the other cool little things she brought up today was that she noticed, we're going to get into this, how much she tracks everything, but on average, 12 agents cap every week in her downline. 12 agents a week cap. Capping if you're not capping. If you aren't aware of what that is, means that when you're in a brokerage and you have a certain level that you have to meet before you make a higher commission, or you get certain things depending on the brokerage.
100% with us.
Yes, 100% with EXP. Then that you reach that level, you now earn more money, but not everyone does that. But under her tutelage, we've got 12 agents capping every week.
That's wild.
We need a
I know.
Pew, pew, pew,
Listen,
pew.
more sounds to come. I just figured this out today, so,
So speaking of all these numbers, 'cause, like, if you talk to Gogo at any given day, she'll tell you right off the cuff what she's got going on in her business. Like, she'll tell you where almost every one of her companies are, where they're at with revenue, where they're at with bringing agents in, where they're at, where they're going. She doesn't have to refer to anything. It's all up here in the dome, and it's because you track everything. You inspect what you expect. And that is like how you run all of your business. Now, she's a Capricorn, for those of us who believe in such things.
If you read the Capricorn description, my picture is probably right next to it.
Right next to it.
That's
she
hilarious.
is the
Or
definition.
late December Capricorn, because there's an early January Capricorn, and those two Capricorns are very different. Many of my best friends are early January Capricorns. I'm a late December Capricorn. So if you're talking about,
The
horoscopes now.
yes, I know. The January Capricorns, if you are one, I have one person that is of that I like.
That is of that.
That is of that. But the
very Handmaid's
December,
Tale.
right? That is
I'm of
that.
Capricorn.
The December Capricorns are my favorite. So let's talk about your tracking that you've got going on. You have so many systems, so many things that you use. You've got VAs. How many VAs you got? Like 300?
Well, here's actually what I need to make a post about coming up here soon. So I had Christy run the numbers yesterday. I asked her, I'm like, hey, in 2022, how many employees did we have? And by employees, I mean contractors or people that worked in some sort of a capacity for me, some employees,
Right.
some contractors. In a 1099 W-2 world, I said, how many did we have in 2022? We had 46.
Oh my gosh.
In 2022,
Wow.
I had 46 employees, okay? Today, I have 13, and we're letting one go today.
Oh no.
So tomorrow, we're going to have 12. So here's the thing, right? So this is kind of like a loaded question. I feel like, 3 years ago, before AI technologies and automations, you needed more human capital. And then VAs were like that thing where like, well, you
Right.
can hire 10 for the price of one American employee. And I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth. And they
is.
speak multiple languages. And on top of it, like I was like, well, they're going to have an accent. I'm like,
Right.
Okay.
hello.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, and.
Yeah, it's gonna be just fine if they have an
Even
accent.
better.
Yeah, but I was very strategic where I'm hiring employees from. If they're from South America, like Brazil or Chile or Peru, for example, their English is really good. They have very subtle accents. You can, like my executive assistant, she's from Argentina. She pretty much has no accent. right? So with that being said, when you learn where to hire them from, you don't have the language barriers, and also you don't have the time differences. I don't like employees working for me in the middle of the night. When they're from South America, again, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Peru, those countries, they don't, they work like an hour away. Can you hear me?
Yep. I was going to say.
So they work like pretty much an hour away from my time zone. I work Eastern time zone. So that was number one. But now fast forward to 2025. So back then I used to have a lot of employees because I'm huge on calculating your hourly rate. So I'm going to throw that in here super quick because
this is fun.
This
is
is
a
fun.
fun activity. Get your pen and paper out for this one.
Yeah.
And your phone calculator. So if you're watching it on your phone, just, push YouTube to the side and take your calculator out. So I want you to take the money you made in the last 12 months. Every dollar that hit your account, not after expenses, not after taxes and all of that, just money that came at you, right? Money that hit your account. Now, when you take that number, I want you to divide it by 2080, 2080. The reason why, if you work a healthy, if you work a healthy 80 hours.
80 hours.
If you work a healthy 40 hours a week, you work 2,080 hours a year.
Right.
Okay? So take your yearly income divided by 2,080. That number that's staring at you at the face right now, that is what you are worth in an hour. So every time you do what you do, you're making that much money. Okay. Now, if you're spending your time on data entry, if you're spending your time in learning a load of laundry, if you're spending your time in grocery shopping, and you're like, Gogo, I have a dog, I have kids, we need to have groceries, and so do I. With that being said, I haven't been in a grocery store in probably 7 years. I don't do laundry not because I don't know how to do it. It's like riding a bike. It's because laundry is like probably the best example. It takes like 3 hours to do a load of laundry. You're going to have to collect all the laundry from the house. Then you're going to have to separate it by color. Then you're going to have to run each load by the color, right? Then you're going to have to put it from the washer over to the dryer. Then that takes another hour. And then you're going to have to dump all that out into a basket, go sit down on the couch and start folding it. So there's no freaking way that you're going to finish a load of laundry. You might want to beat that out. Way that you're going to finish a load of laundry in less than 2.5 hours. So if let's say your hourly rate is $100. In 2.5 hours, right now you're making 200. You're supposed to have made $250 in those 2.5 hours.
Oof, perspective.
If you're not making the 250 and you're doing laundry, which let's say somebody comes over to your house and will do laundry for you, how much do you think that would cost?
I have no
in
idea.
Florida?
Couple $100.
A load of an hour worth of work. So if a stay-at-home mom comes over and helps you with the laundry,
Like
how much do you think they're going to charge
40
you
bucks?
an hour?
30, $40?
You guys are so off of reality. That's why you don't have somebody doing laundry.
That part.
So I would say northern states versus southern states. Down here in California, it's a little bit more expensive, but up in Michigan was anywhere between 15 to 18 hours, $18 an hour.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And
wow.
then down here is somewhere between 20 to $25 an hour.
Oh, wow.
Now think about this is a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
This is a stay-at-home mom who already lives in a neighborhood. They're going to go drop off the kids at the drop-off. They have 2.5 hours. They come over happy with a load of laundry, pick up the house, this and that. By the time they are done, they made $75.
And they're like happy with
that. If they work
that.
3 hours. You know what I mean? And they're happy with that because they would have grocery shopped for themselves in those 2 hours anyway, right? Now they're grocery shopping for you and for them.
And they're
getting
money.
paid for that time, right? So think of it this way. Now, most people are like, well, I'm saving that $25. No. You're losing $250 in that 2.5 hours because you're not making it.
This is the
Right?
reframe.
You're not saving that $25. You're losing $225 because paying that $25 out to somebody. So it's very important to A, know your hourly rate. B, stay in your lane. So only do things that makes you money. And then C, you have to hire everything else out. So I have house assistants, personal assistants, virtual assistants. Laura is videotaping right there.
Another assistant right there.
You have to get your online life and your personal life in check so then you can stay in your lane. Yep. That is the perfect recipe for making the most amount of money you possibly can. So if you are, my favorite quote is, if you don't have an assistant, you are the assistant.
You're your own assistant.
You're doing data entry and you cannot, there's 24 hours in a day, you cannot possibly grow if you keep spending your time on data entry activities. So that's number one. Now let's fast forward to 2025. Now we have AI technology and ChatGPT as your best friend.
Oh my God, magic.
Literally like a website called Lovable, if you haven't heard about Lovable, will build you a website in 10 minutes. You go on there, it's just like ChatGPT. You tell Lovable, hey, I got a new business idea. I want to start a title company. What does it take? Can you just walk me through it and literally build me a website? I think I want this, and this on there, right? And literally just sit there and watch it. And if you're super geeky, there's a button that you can watch it code.
Wow, if you're super geeky.
And
that would be me. I'd be like, what is it doing?
Lovable.
So Lovable, if you haven't,
Lovable.
.ai.
I'm lovable.
There you go.
Yay.
So you would love that. So literally,
I
if
would,
now
actually.
we have AI technology to can build your website in an hour, like literally can take the thoughts out of your head
Yeah.
and build your business and have your .com in less than an hour. We don't need humans for that.
True.
So that's how I went from 46 employees to 12 employees, and we make more money with less cost.
That's right.
Makes sense.
Makes sense?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
So
what
you
you gotta be
have
doing.
to get really good at technology, but that's also, and AI is preferably, but also that's concerning because a lot of people that are like these kids that grew up doing this
Yeah.
just lost their jobs.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
Even the jobs that they could have potentially had, it's not going to be a human job anymore because an
Not for-
AI can do it faster. So now the AI teaches itself how to code, right? So
It is wild,
So
isn't it?
it's done. We are done with that. Humans will never be needed for that job. If anything, we're going to be needed to stop them from overcoding.
Right. Skynet.
The
Terminator.
world's coming to an end.
Terminator.
But
That's okay. We're gonna have fun on the way there, though.
but with that being said, I think the future is going to be in jobs that people can do with their hands, like plumbers, electricians, like
Right.
AC guys, like
Until
things
the robots show up.
That yeah,
You
but
know what? I went down that path last night. They can't even dance. Like China just did the
I
robot
saw.
Olympics.
I saw.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
They were struggling.
Well,
Watching
yeah.
them robots try to do
And
a
the
track
very-
race was hilarious.
And they're very, what are
not-
they called? Like they don't have that
Dexterity.
Like for
Yeah.
them to like undo a hook or to create
Oh,
a
yeah,
hook,
no.
like
Yeah, no.
we are light years from that. But China did just come up with a robot that will bear a baby.
I was about to say that.
In
Yes.
a womb.
Shut the
So-
front door.
Yes,
Out of
they
control.
showed it. It was like their little robot that they already have out, but it had like a clear belly.
Yeah.
With a baby, obviously.
A real baby? Not a,
No,
it's
this
not going to be
one
a
was
robot baby?
This was a robot
No.
baby for the picture, but it's literally they're creating a womb for
Real.
humans. So.
An AI human baby in the robot baby in the picture created by AI.
I mean, the world's getting wild. I mean, they've been advertising. You know, Tesla's got their robot that's coming out, and they're advertising it as like $25,000 or whatever for this robot, and they're specifically pinpointing laundry folding, house cleaning. Like it's literally they're making like a home robot that you can buy.
Rosie.
And it it's like the Jetsons. It just goes in. It's just crazy. But I
We
think
were at a
you're
restaurant
100%
here
correct
in
with that.
Florida, and we sat down, and there came this little thing.
Oh, the little cart with the face.
Yes, with the face
Is
with
it
the
a
tray on
Korean
top of
place
it.
or like a?
And
yeah.
then it just brought out our drinks, and you just grabbed it from the tray.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the beep
What
Is-
the?
is this?"
yeah.
Right. So there goes the
love that button.
servers. I guess we're not gonna need servers anymore either.
Well, even
so.
like your old job,
No.
you were talking about the barcodes. Like if you go through like Sam's Club, a lot of the newer Sam's Club, Costco's, Walmart's, even they have the little robot guy. BJ's has them too. The little
Have you
robot guy that
seen-
goes through and scans all of the products in each aisle, so they don't even have humans doing inventory.
Yeah.
The robot
Have
goes
you
through
seen
each
Zara?
aisle daily.
You take Zara, you take a pile of clothes,
Oh, Zara. Yeah.
you drop it into this bin, and it says it's $273.
Yeah.
And it lists out whoop everything that you just dropped in there.
Yeah. It's wild.
And it's a pile. It's not like
Yeah.
separate, like you throw in one and you throw in. No, you throw the whole thing
The
in
whole
there
thing.
once, and it just scans it and tells you what's in there.
They do that at the gas stations too. You just put everything. You don't even have to scan it. You just
Yeah.
put it.
Seattle. So Seattle, when I was in Seattle to go to Alaska for our anniversary, they had the Amazon Go places.
Oh, yeah.
Which was so cool because you just walk in, grab what you want, and walk out.
Oh, Miami.
I was like, the fuck?
Oh yeah, they have.
We
them in
were
Miami,
sitting.
too.
So we were
Yeah.
sitting at this restaurant, and there's this little microwave. It looks like a microwave. Driving down by itself, just going down on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah. The
It's just-
delivery guy, the little
It's just passing, and I'm like,
microwave.
what the
It's so cute when they fall off the sidewalk and they're upside
Oh,
down.
the-
Oh, yeah.
beep is that? So it's like it's like.
Oh, I've just been dropping
DoorDash.
F-bombs for real. I've just been like, fuck.
So it's like freaking DoorDash.
Yeah,
It's this
isn't it
little
crazy?
microwave bringing your food warm to the house and
I
just
know.
walking between people on the sidewalk. I was like, what?
Amazon's got the drones
That's really
delivering
freaking cool.
stuff, which
I'm
is
like,
wild.
Where is this world going? So
The-
anyway, back to the conversation. Good news is you're going to
It's
need less employees, and then AI is more reliable. If you think about it, AI doesn't get COVID, doesn't get pregnant, doesn't
yet.
like, oh, I don't feel like working today. I doesn't get a migraine today. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't need a 2-week vacation. Like, you literally can build itself and work all the time, and see it's so much cheaper than human capital.
It is.
You can literally have like, what does ChatGPT cost a month?
$20.
Well, or
If you go
200.
like, yeah,
How
if you
many
go super pro,
employees?
it's 200, but still.
How many employees did ChatGPT just replace for me over, even if I pay, I don't even know what
What,
I pay
30?
for it. I pay for the highest level. So whatever ChatGPT's highest level, that's what I pay.
200 a month.
Yeah, you have
How
the
many
Pro. Yeah.
employees I can replace with that? And I hate to say it that way, but that's what it comes down to.
Right.
It's true.
Well,
Moral of
everyone
the-
else is saying it, and everyone else is doing it.
Yeah. Moral
Why
of the
aren't
story,
we doing
get
it?
really good with technology. That will help you with the human capital. That will reduce your cost of doing business, and it's more reliable than humans are.
And then work on your people skills and apparently your hand skills.
You know,
Work on your
I think
dexterity.
we're going to go back to, I think in the real world, we're going to go back to the good old handshake. Because with all of this AI, I think the other problem is
we
now
need to.
you can't trust what's real and what's fake.
correct.
Right.
There's a lot of
And
that right now.
Yeah. So I think
Right.
one of the
Is there
best
a-
ways, especially in like big contracts and when you have, like when you're trying to build a relationship with the company or with another human on the other end, I think it's going to go back to the good old eye contact and a handshake. Like, I can trust you. You're right here. You told me this, right? And and that is going to override. So I think the
agree.
human connections are going to come back up.
And I love that, when you look into like the direction or AI is going, to 2 points of yours, to the point A, like let's, hypothetically your delivery robot, right? It's going to break down. So guess who has a job? The guy that fixes them. You know what I mean? Like they're going to do their own thing, but they're always going to need the maintenance guy to fix it, or the person, like there's not going to be a robot fixing a robot at this point. It's not Star Wars
Not
land.
yet.
Yeah.
But that could happen, but then, to the other point you're talking about, utilizing, I think what I see a lot in this industry is it blows my mind how many agents know what they need to do. They just refuse to take the time to do it.
Because they are still searching for the Staples Easy button.
Yeah, I know.
that was easy.
I'm going to order that. I'm going to order that button.
Or we can put
I
it
can put it on
here.
here, yeah. Yeah, it is. They not the perfectly timed.
I didn't even mean to touch it.
Yeah, it's nuts, and I can't say how many people I've spoken to that they're just like, I just don't have time for this. I just don't have time for that. And when they tell me what they don't have time to do, I'm like,
what are you doing all day?
you don't have to do that anyway. Make it make sense, I guess. I don't know. But it's just a weird world that we live in, because
I
it's
gave
like no
myself-
one wants to take the time to learn the damn things.
Because the phone has like this chokehold over
But
us.
it's easier
Does.
for me then because it's less crowded at the top.
That's
100%,
right. It's always
exactly.
less
So it's
crowded
super
at
easy
the
because I
top.
have no freaking competition because they won't last that long.
No.
You don't
I
have
just kind of give
competition
up
anyway.
along the way. And so
No
here I
one's
am. I'm like,
competing.
okay, well, I guess I'll just do it by myself.
Yeah.
No one's competing with
Sometimes you have, that's what you got to do. Sometimes you have to just do it by yourself. Like, I'm just going to get this shit done and I'm going to do it.
Stamina. It's just outworking everyone, really, what it comes down to, and out learning everyone, out inventing everyone, out applying everyone. Meaning, like, you do have to stay on top of technology. You do
100%.
have to apply this technology into your everyday life. And when you do, you just do circles around everybody else who's still like, I don't know, manually putting out yard signs.
Well, that. And what's funny is a lot of people's mindset's so weird about it. They get this weird, like, oh, I can't get involved. But it's not going anywhere. So, like, to sit back and be like, I'm just not going to get involved because of this thought process I have, or I have this opinion about
That's
tech.
like saying,
or,
I'm not going to do email. I'm like, well, good luck, buddy.
good luck. Correct. Or texting. I mean, you meet those. I mean, I've met people before, even agents, that are like, if you don't pick up the phone, I'm not doing business with you. I had a lender actually that I worked with in my lending job. That was his
Is the keyword
philosophy.
ed at the end of work?
Worked.
Yeah.
You worked with.
I did. Worked
No
with.
longer.
No longer. It was just, in the conversation was so odd.
Because that relationship ended.
Yeah, the relationship ended. They even like up and left at one point, and it was so funny because they'd sit there and ask me like, "How come the younger guys are doing so much better? How come these guys?" And they always want to put this like age thing on it, or like there's always some excuse, right? And I'm like, well, number one, they're shaking hands. They're out there meeting and greeting people. Number two, they're texting. We live in a world where people will quickly tell you something via text, but they won't, pick up the phone and call.
I mean, look at our kids. They're so awkward on the phone. Like, I just had to do teacher
God.
conferences on the phone with our kids.
Facts.
They don't know what
I
to
don't
say.
think they can hold a conversation. Like, they were not used to that. They never had to dial. They never had to introduce themselves. They never had to say, nice to meet you. They never had to make eye contact.
Yeah. It's almost like you have to coach them into what to say. Like, okay, say hello now.
Right.
Okay, it's awkwardly
And I'm
quiet.
like,
Say
"Are you
something.
Like when they're
seriously?"
3.
But then I'm sitting there and listening, and my son said every time, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Did you get the email? Yes, ma'am." And I was like, "Oh, so clearly we did some. We got one
We
thing.
got that. We got the manners down. We got the manners down.
We got one thing right." But then in the same
I'm
time,
gonna take these buttons away from
it
you.
wa- but at the same time, it wasn't like, "Hi, Mrs. So-and-so, I'm Duke Bethke. I'm in your 11th grade, right? Like, you know, I signed up for this class online because we were in Europe all summer." Like, there was no...
That little
like,
introduction, elevator pitchy, like none of that.
There's nothing there.
It's just like
There was nothing there.
awkward coercing of them to speak. Like,
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's exactly what it was.
I met someone on the way up to one of my my annual trips. I'm still licensed with Fairway Mortgage, and every year they do an annual event with speakers. And I booked a flight. I was waiting in line. Cliff Notes version at Southwest. I think they have assigned seats now, or they're going to, but they didn't. You're like, you're in Group A, and then you got to line up and hope you get a good seat next to someone.
I only flew with them one time, and I was like,
I know you're a Delta girl.
I'm Delta bougie.
She's also really
Delta
good.
bougie.
Well, we can throw this in maybe if we have time, but like she's really good with like her rewards points and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I met this kid in line, and you could tell he's a professional sports player. He had his, I think it was lacrosse. He had all his lacrosse stuff. Very professional, very expensive equipment. So you could tell he was good at what he did, right? He was standing in front of me in line after we lined up, and he kept looking at his phone for the group that he was in, looking. I mean, he looked like he was about to set off a bomb. Like that's the nervousness look he had on him.
Some people are
so
anxious.
after about 4 or 5 minutes of him just freaking the fuck out, looking at his phone, I'm like, dude, hey, bro, like, are you okay? Is everything good? Like, are you like, what group are you in? He's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I'm really nervous. Like I'm not really good with like speaking to people in public. And like, he's like, I just get really anxious in crowds with people. And I don't know, he literally told me, I don't know how to have conversations with people. He's like,
so let me tell you how
what group
that works
are you
usually.
in?
So it goes like one person asks a question, the other person answers it. And
Yeah.
then you ask, it's kind of nice to
You
like
nod.
ask them back a question, and then they answer it. And then they ask you a question,
Yeah.
and you answer it. And next thing you know, 45 minutes went by and you made a new best friend.
Amazing.
But I sat that whole flight after talking to him. I sat the whole flight and I'm like,
There's one that
how
claps,
many
right?
other kids? I mean, he's obviously in college. What the hell?
I was looking for the applause. Is it this one?
No, that's laughter. I don't know which one it is. I don't get to label now. But
Hold on. We're going to find it. I found it.
Hello.
Okay.
too late now.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
no, like I sat the whole flight thinking, I'm like, how many other kids are like this? I mean, he's obviously really good at what he does, but the man can't hold a conversation with someone in public. Like, what world is this? And then you go to the restaurants and they're all playing on their iPads the whole freaking dinner.
Oh.
And I'm like, absolutely not.
We have a no electronics when we go out to dinner,
You know?
and us included. Now, I will check it because we do work on our phones,
Yeah.
and I will check it.
This is my office.
Right. And
Yeah.
but my kids pull out their phones, and I'm like, "Are you closing a deal? What are you doing over there?"
Are you paying
Right.
bills? Are you paying
Right.
for dinner?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Because this pays for the dinner.
Yeah.
Your
What
phone
I'm trying
does-
to what I'm trying to teach now, and I think this is a good lesson for like adults even too, is like, my nephew asks me all the time, "How did you learn so many things? How did you learn so many things?" He's
I ask you that all the
wowed
time.
sometimes by like, I can build a truck, I can build a motorcycle, I can race things, I can build off. I mean, you can put it in
good with
front of me and I can
technology,
figure
yeah.
it out, right?
Good with people.
You know what taught me all that was YouTube. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my hand skills and like building houses, and like I grew up in real estate. My dad used to rehab homes, so like where other kids were hanging out, going to Busch Gardens and having a good time, we were typically like, I was underneath a house in crawl space, like acid washing pools, spending the nights overnight in these homes that my dad would
Totally
rehab,
normal.
right? So like his thing was kind of like, and I think that's why I am the way I am now. Like I'm very much like work till I almost burn out and then disappear on a cruise for a couple days and reset myself.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I am, and I think that's where I got it from, because that's what we would do. We'd work, burn out, like, okay, we got to leave. And he would like book a flight here, or we'd go to Mexico or something, right? But like I learned a lot of those skills from him, but he wasn't like he didn't build trucks and cars. And so when I got my first vehicle, like that was all on me. I figured all that shit out from YouTube.
Right.
You know, and now you take that to another
YouTube
level.
University.
I'm teaching Hunter. I'm like, Hunter, you're 10, dude. Like, you're asking how to play piano, how to do this, how to do that. Like, you can figure it all out online. You can watch YouTube videos on how to do that instead of playing Minecraft for 14 hours, building things that don't exist. You know, it's like, it's up to you what you want to do.
Like I literally we're buying 2 more houses because I sent my first 2 quarters numbers to the CPA, and he's like, "Oh, you need to buy 2 more houses." So every year we
You need to buy 2 more houses.
Oh.
I love that.
So every year
You
we are
poor
buying 2
thing.
to 4 houses, right? So the moral of the story, though, I was like, this time I want to invest in a different market, and I don't want to use the time to research it, right? So I go to ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, I need to buy 2 houses.
Love that.
Somewhere between 250 to 280,000. I'm thinking Florida. I'm thinking these 2 cities, right? I don't want it to be in a flood zone, so I want you to find me 3-bedroom, 2-bath minimum, but 4-bedroom, 3-bath ideally. And also run the numbers on the rental side. I want it to already be renovated because we are not handy. We don't want to do that. And I also want you to find me a property management company and make sure it's not in a flood zone. And it literally went, here are these ideal locations, not in a flood zone. This is how much you can buy it for. And here's how much rent is in that area. So the math is mathing, and pull the trigger done.
Okay,
See, the
so
beauty of
So
that is
why
you
can't-
and you made very detailed requests.
Oh, absolutely.
Most
I know what I want.
Most people,
I
they just be like, help me
wanna
find
do
a
the work.
house.
Well,
I'm like, well, it'll do that, but you didn't give it enough context.
She
You
knows
gave it
what
so
she's
much
doing.
context. Like and you're very much like me when you use AI. I pretty much word vomit. Like I'll have a whole ass
Oh,
conversation.
I voice note.
Me
like,
too.
I freaking voice note because if my accent, if I try to text to type with my accent, that is not what I said. First of all, okay.
That's not what I
and
said.
other than that, I don't have the time. So usually I only have like 1 minute between a live something and
Yeah.
another live something, and I have an idea. So like I word vomit just like
Yeah.
you, and then you have to wait until it types. Then you send it, and then you just go watch it go. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, you missed this fact, or I want you to do deep dive, deep research.
Oh, deep
right?
research,
not
magic.
just scan the
Yep.
internet, like deep research on this specific subject, right? And then it just goes. I mean, it is.
And for those of you listening that are like, oh, this sounds great, I've not used, AI in that capacity, reach out to us and let us know. I mean, I have a passion for this stuff, and I would gladly sit with you and show you, how I do it.
Me too.
And Gogo's the same way. She has a great coaching program. She's got all kinds of things going for her as well that we'll touch on before the end of
Yeah.
this podcast.
We've got-
But yeah, reach out to us and let us know, because a lot of the power in AI is being descriptive. And what I've learned, and I've taught KJ this too, just something as simple as generating images, right? You could be like, hey, I want you to make me a logo with a black background. It's going to make you the logo with a black background,
This
right?
is like literally
But
2
what
weeks
I've
ago.
learned to do is I've learned to tell AI to create the prompt. Like I tell it to make the prompt for itself. It sounds fucking nuts. Oop, no beep. But it doesn't matter. Explicit. But I tell it to make the prompt, and I literally be a word vomit and
Maybe
just
that's
be
what
like,
EXP stands for.
explicit.
Explicit.
Yeah. So
Explicitly
reach out to
seen.
us and let us know. But yeah, getting into that, we'll end this. She's got some really, really, really cool stuff.
So this is huge. I have some questions because I think other people will ask this too. So you have the Go Get 'em community. It's
Yep.
about a year
Yeah.
and a half old. Now, is this something you have to be with EXP to be a part of?
You don't even have to be a licensed realtor. So Go Get 'em community, I started to be an entrepreneurial community. I was flying this one time, and this lady was this one was actually a guy sitting next to me, and he goes, what do you know? Because I chitty chat. Like to me, it's way more awkward to sit next to someone and not start up
And
a
say
conversation.
nothing.
It is
Than it
awkward.
is to like. I mean, we'll be Facebook best friends by the time I'm getting. I have your phone number. Like we're gonna
Yeah.
go to Mexico with our families. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna get to know that person
Yep.
next to me. I'm just that type of person. So this guy asked me, "What do you do for a living?" And I was like, "Oh shoot."
Where do I start?
I'm like, how long is this flight?
Right.
How much time do I have, right? And then
Right.
then the words came to me, serial entrepreneur, because if I just say real estate, yes, I'm a realtor, and I always will because I'm licensed. I no longer sell. I haven't sold a house in 3.5 years, and I'm proud of it. And I made more money than I ever did selling houses. But that's a whole other episode for the show. But
on the next episode.
yeah, so the whole thing is like I grew up in this industry, and,
Right.
and to me the idea is not to have to work for the rest of your life so you can constantly make the bills, but also to grow up, learn those lessons, because I look at all of these like billionaires and I'm like, okay, well, you have 2 eyes, 2 hands, 1 brain, I have all of that, then why can't I do what you do? Like I don't
Right.
look at them and that's some sort of a genius. If they're a genius and I'm a genius, I believe I can figure just about anything out. So then I started learning all of these different lessons, and then I realized in order to learn, you need to be like a jack of all trades, right? Like you have to
Yeah.
be, when you're an entrepreneur, you own your own business. You have to be really good at creating your brand. You have to get really good at marketing. Now you have to get really good at systems and automations and processes and follow-ups and your market reports and
Right.
your printable marketing material versus your online marketing material. You have to be good at stories and building websites and building funnels and then lead generating that
So
back
many
to your
things.
back to your CRM program and then following up with them, and then the human element of actually meeting them in person and be able to shake a hand and be able to close a person and handle objections and all of those things.
Right.
And then eventually you get really good at this and you're like, oh my gosh, I have more closings than I have time of the day, and my head is spinning. I don't even know what side of the deal am I on. And then you need to get really good at hiring and training, and you're like, I don't even know why I do that. I just do that. It's really easy to me. How am I going to teach you something that comes natural to me? And then suddenly you have like 46 employees and you're suddenly a leader. And hold on a minute, nobody ever taught me how to be a leader.
Right.
Like how do you very compassionately let someone go because they suck? Excuse me. Keep that, right? So like all of these things, and then suddenly you have all of these things and everything's going so well and you're making all of this money, and then Uncle Sam calls and says they want 420,000 and you're like, I don't have 400. Like, oh, I'm supposed to say
I was supposed
to say 30-40% of my income.
Yeah.
So I fall into the highest tax bracket. I think it's like 37% now. So that means for every $1 million, which by the way, I already made 7 digits in the first 6 months of this year. That means in every $1 million that I make, I have to pay $370,000, $400,000 to Uncle Sam. Now, mind you, I don't pay
Ouch.
taxes. I get money back because I learned the game. So this is where, again, one of my favorite quotes, and I learned this one from Veronica Figueroa, different levels, different devils. Like, you are never going to have it all figured out.
Right.
Every time you reach that level, there is the next level that you have to learn these lessons.
Right.
And unless you learn these lessons, you cannot go to that level. So that's one thing. You have to learn lessons to go to the next level. The other thing, you have to get really good at leaving your old version behind. And that's where so many people get stuck, is because they feel like if they grow, they're leaving people behind. And that is okay. Those people had the opportunity to grow with you. They chose not to.
Right.
Not only that, but some of my friends some of your friends will be with you forever, because some people come for a season and some people come for a reason into your life. And the ones who are here for a lifetime, they're there no matter if you become a billionaire or you become broke. They're going to be your best friends no matter what, right? So it's okay, but at the same time, it's okay to outgrow people. And in order for you to take yourself to the next level, you have to learn. There's no other ways around it, right? So now I'm not saying go to college, because I actually laugh when somebody says they're going to business college, and I'm like, okay, let me get this straight. You're going to go to college to learn from a professor how to be an entrepreneur, and that professor actually never been an entrepreneur. They're a W-2 employee by a college.
Yep.
Like, how you gonna
all the time.
how you gonna teach me something we have never done? I don't want to know the philosophy of entrepreneurship. I want to learn from people who've been there where they want to go. So coaches, that's a whole other conversation. So I started the Go Get 'em community because I realized as I was going through these, I was gathering information. And by the way, I spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on my what I call Street Smart University. I have multiple doctorate degrees in that. So I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I had to go to multiple sources. I had to go here to learn taxes, and there to learn marketing, and here to learn hiring and firing, and here to learn, leveraging and automations and technology, and here to learn. And I was like, I just want one place.
Right.
I just want one place and everything that I could possibly need to know. So now what I do is I bring in the experts. So the experts come to the Go Get 'em community. They teach us, which, by the way, this upcoming Tuesday, there is this lesson alone will pay for your community membership for over 80 years. Wow. Next Tuesday, I have one of the best tax coaches coming in to teach how you can hire your children, how you can hire your parents, and how you can write it off. And it's up to a $75,000 tax write-off. The community membership is like $77. So that training alone, if you implement what you learned, will pay for your membership for 80 years. You won't even live as long than that one lesson alone would pay for itself.
Ooh.
So
I have a couple things. One,
Yes.
we should have dropped a beat, because that was just a rap song. Like, what was that?
That's good.
I mean, there was no stop. She's like the
Not the train noise.
we don't have that. But the thing, the K-pop Demon Hunters. You were the rapper. You were just like, and I'm going, she's speaking faster than my brain can keep up, and I feel dumb. So
sorry.
great.
And plus, I have an accent, so that doesn't help you.
No,
I will also
kept
say
up
that's
with
going to be the title of the episode right there.
Different levels, different devils.
Done.
We wrote that one down. So
Love
what
that.
is it to join your Go Get 'em community?
You go to gogetemcommunity.com, and then you
Register?
do this. Yeah, you swipe one of these.
You do what? How much are
That's
we going to
it.
get
It
the
is-
price?
I think it's $77, but you can use 10 off.
Like a month, a year,
A month. You
a
can
month.
pay for the year off, and then you get 2 months off. So we're talking about 2 months off. Save that $77. So pay for the year. So it's
Yeah.
$770. Save that 2 times $77 and invest it into Bitcoin. You're welcome. Again, I'm no financial advisor. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm blonde. I have no U.S. college education, and go talk to a professional.
Love the
She
disclaimers.
says that after every time she says something.
I'm gonna need to find an editor that's good enough to put like thought bubbles up. I need someone who puts a thought bubble up when you say
I can't
stuff.
take responsibility for your investment. So
No.
anything that you decide to do, I only tell you what I do, right? I shared with you what I do, but I always pay for everything at the highest level. I always pay for the yearly, because you usually every time you pay,
Yeah.
they give you a month off or 2 months off. And then I'll take that money, I invest it into something else. And then, most importantly, so here's the problem: most people don't see results because they think it's the Staples Easy button. They think they're going to come in, they're going to download our app, and it's 1212. So it's angel numbers again.
Again.
It's so 1111 and 1212. So they think that they're going to just swipe the credit card, and that's going to solve all of their problems.
Often.
No.
Yeah.
You're actually going to have to put the time in,
Drives me
and
nuts.
then you're going to, most importantly, knowledge. Yes, knowledge will change your life, but what really is going to change your life is implementing what you learn, and that's where most people give up. So what I
100%.
noticed in my community, and then we added on this service. So every Tuesday and every Wednesday, there's a live tech call with my team, the same team that built every website, every tracker, every funnel, any Google My Business, Facebook ads, you name it, anything on the technology side. And so the members have access to my team. So the way it works, we have an app, so you're always in your back pocket, right?
Yep.
So they go watch the video, and I don't inundate you with knowledge because you still have to go and implement, and you still have to go and make money, right? So we release one training every Thursday, and then we have one big live a month. Now there's over 250, 260 trainings inside the community because it's a year and a half old, right? So with that being said, they watch the video, they'll try to implement it themselves. If they can't, they go to the tech calls live with my team. So every Tuesday and every Wednesday, my team sits there live at 3 p.m. Eastern time and wait for you to show up to be like, hey guys, I watched this video and I'm really stuck with trying to build my Google My Business, or, Google is not sending me the code, or what do I need to do, or whatever on the technology side. When they get stuck, they can literally go to my team. That is my team, the same team that helped me build everything. So not only that we teach, but we also help you implement, because that's where most people will end up.
That's the disconnect. Yeah, a lot of people learn and then they're like, okay, I get it, but I don't get how to apply it.
That happens.
But they get it.
Yeah.
It's just the techie side of it. I mean, that's where my job.
And they don't have the support team. So my the reason of my success is I very quickly realized what I suck at. Can we beep that?
Yeah.
Right. So
I love that it just said.
Teamwork. So what that means is that if you know what you're not good at, right, then why are you forcing that?
100%. So and people will notice. They'll notice that you're not good at it. When you try to fake that shit.
It's going to take you 17 years to figure something out that's going to take somebody else 5 minutes because it comes natural to them.
Correct.
But most of the time, we don't realize what comes natural to us. So here's another homework that I want you to do. Don't give a heads up to your friends and family, but think of those 10 people that really know you.
Okay.
Send them a text today. Don't give them a heads up. Send them a text today and say, what am I good at?
Ooh, I'm going to do this later.
So the problem is most people don't know. I sent it to
Donnie. I know what he's going to say.
Oh.
Everybody, none of us what we are naturally good at is because it's a God-given talent. We just do that. We just come so natural. I don't even know that. I don't know why I do that. I just do that. It just comes so easy, right? That's your natural talent. We don't see it. We have our own blinders on. So when you ask people,
what'd you get?
Oh my, it is the most amazing exercise you ever do. Everybody's like, you're really good marketer. You're really good with people. Like you can just enter a room. Everybody knows your name. And I was like, oh, that's true. Like I don't have that thing. You don't. Oh, they all say that I'm blunt.
You're like,
just like you're really good at just saying whatever you think, and you don't give.
We did a.
Thank you.
I blanked out. We did a similar exercise when I was in corporate America like that, and for me, it was a very shocking. I worked at Capital One for like 6 years, and the exercise was basically go around and ask your peers, give one thing about Melvyn, like that you remember about him type deal. And me thinking, okay, so I'm really good at what I do. I've got top this, top that, like always doing. I did pretty freaking well, and it was really always the extra one, always doing the most, right? That was not the response. The response everyone gave consistently was, he's funny. And I'm like, well, that's fucking great. But
because we don't see our own talent. That's a God-given talent.
I'm like, okay, that's great that I'm funny, but like work-related, like not a single person said anything about my job ethics, like my work, nothing.
You didn't ask me.
And I was like, wow, okay, that really woke me up a little bit, because I'm like, okay, so I'm putting more emphasis on being funny than I am on my actual job.
You don't even try.
And that doesn't look good.
So then I want you to take it one step forward. So when you send those text messages, but really only send it to people that really know you.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you get those responses back, I want you to plug all of those responses into ChatGPT and give it a prompt and say, hey, listen, I did this exercise with my friends and family. These are the people in the world that knows me the best. These are the responses that I got from them. And I want you to read every single one and tell me, based on these responses, what are my weaknesses and what are my blind spots.
Well,
okay, I'll be doing that.
And then guess what? You're going to have to hire out.
Listen, I'm here
on
for
those
it.
things.
And those ChatGPT is going to say, you're really bad at this. You're not detail oriented. You could care less about the details. You will never set up anything yourself. The blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that is true. That is so true.
Remember that one time we asked it to read us? That was rough.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever had it roast you?
I've had it roast me, but more recently we did the whole, what was the question?
Like,
what is my curse?
What's my curse?
You just ask it, what is your curse? Don't explain. And it gives you like a really quick response. And then you say, okay, now explain.
What does curse mean in your mind? Because to me, I would, like my automatic response in my mind was, my God is stronger than you. So I don't believe in curse. Curse to me says when somebody has a negative power to wish upon you.
It's kind of like your weakness.
Yeah, like in this instance, it'd be more like a weakness. I mean, that's a fun one. If you haven't done that, we could do that after lunch or something, because you'll be like,
oh, I already do. I do that all the time, because that means I need to hire somebody for that position.
But the general response, what is?
Ask Laura. What do I suck at, Laura? One of the things. What is?
Drinking water.
Even though she makes my water, she makes it and she brings it to you.
Oh, I have a
brings it to
smart
me
bottle that used to
every
have to
single
remind
day,
me.
right? And she still has to remind you, you haven't taken a sip of
Drink
water in
that.
like an hour.
That's
Drink that.
hilarious.
So it's
Go
like
ahead.
I'm just busy. Like if it was up to me, I'm head down build mode all the time. I don't eat, I don't drink, I'm go to the bathroom because I can, eventually you can't hold it, but I won't think about food until like 4:30 and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, you're like, why? Why do I have a headache? I'm dehydrated. I haven't had any protein today.
Right.
Because I'm in build mode. But anyway, moral of the story is in the Go Get 'em community, I want to solve other people's problems that I had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to
I
solve.
freaking love that.
Love
And I
that.
only teach what I do.
We're going to put the website down in the show notes.
Yep, I'll have
that
everything
people
And then if
listed.
you want, you
click
can
on
use
it.
the code 10 off and that will give them
10 off.
10% off for life.
10 the number, 10 the
Yeah.
word.
OFF, number 10. So 10 OFF.
OFF.
I'm going to do your little practice too at lunch. I'm going to see what.
And then better be on next Tuesday because that will save you $75,000 on your taxable income deduction.
I've been wanting to hear more about. I keep seeing things on Instagram about that, like hire your kids. This is what you can do. Start a LLC, which I have one, and I'm not doing with it. So I'm
Yes.
like, I can't help it.
I know. We got to
to
disable these buttons for future episodes. There will be less
So
buttons.
you'll be so
Maybe
proud
not.
of
We'll
yourself.
see.
I know it's work. It's work to grow up in the industry, and it's a lot of work to set these things up, right? But then you say, okay, I'm not good at setting
my
it up.
God, but once
I
it's
know
set,
I do it. So then hire an assistant.
Right.
Hire an assistant who's gonna work for you 3 hours a day, right? Because
Yep.
most of these things can be done in 3 hours a day,
Wow.
right? And that's it.
And I'm practicing what you preach because I mean, even for this
You guys could
podcast,
share
I'm
this as a-
I'm actively still looking for someone to edit
That-
it because that's 4 to 7 hours of my life that I spend editing these and the videos when I could just hire someone that's their forte. Like that's what they do.
Oh God, never.
Yeah, and you know,
No,
I'm finally
never
at that
happened.
point. You know, this year I think for us collectively, it was a big year for us to say, you know what, stay in your freaking lane. Like, stay in your lane. Everybody knows me for doing all these things, and I do have a big list of things that I know how to do. But I'm no longer in that position or season in my life where I want to pretend like I'm good at something. Case in point, mortgages, still licensed, still have
I'm
my
good at a lot of things. It just doesn't
not
make me
doing
the
them.
money that I'm worth in the hours.
That
So
part.
I'm not doing it anymore.
that part. You know, so
So I want you to take, those little sticky notes, the little colorful
Little-
ones.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. I want you to take that and I want you to write that hourly rate on a trillion of them and start walking around your house and start sticking it to things. So the dishwasher, the vacuum cleaner, your whatever you edit videos on, like if it's your computer, granted your computer can be used for something else, but you have to look at it. Does this make me whatever that number is on the sticky? And if it doesn't, it has to be hired out if you want to grow. It's not an option. It's not like, oh, well, maybe I'll just do it next year. Okay, well, this year you're going to be broke. Next year you're going to be rich.
It's so black and white.
damn. Well,
It's not subtle.
it's not subtle.
It's seen.
We're seen. Well, on that
Okay.
note,
Well,
that was
as
good.
long
that
as,
note-
as long as in that hour while you're hiring somebody to do that activity for you, you are staying in your lane and you're making money.
Correct.
Doing
Correct.
money-making activities. That's the only way the math is
A lot of people don't have that self-control.
I feel like we should put this at the beginning. I don't know if you can make this magic happen, but get your notepad out and a pen because you're going to want to take notes on this one.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's a good one. We
So,
appreciate you, man. This
we
was
do.
awesome. Thanks for being our first
We-
guest after the rebrand in our brand new studio with good audio and good lighting.
We are so happy
excited.
to have you. We're actually going to Crazy Tampa Bingo with her and
Can't wait.
Dwayne and our spouses not next Friday. Friday after next.
The 29th, yeah.
Sometime.
Friday.
Soon.
I'm so
Oh my
excited.
gosh.
It'll be
Already.
so
It's already
fun.
almost the end of August.
Oh, I
Holy
know.
crap.
We need to get like some 80s neon outfits. I think I just haven't got to send
deal.
out a text to everybody. That would
Okay.
be fun
I'll
to
hit up
like
a
dress
Plato's
up.
Closet and go
Tell one of
hard.
your
Yeah.
13 assistants to send out a text
I
to the
know.
group.
The problem is I have everybody's phone numbers in my phone, so because these are personal friends, they're not in my system.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right,
you go.
we're on that list.
Yeah. Well, ask Laura. Laura's with me all
She's
the
so
time.
much fun. So thank you again for
Yes.
coming on.
Thank
We're going to
you.
go eat lunch with her and pick her brain even more. And then we'll probably reference some things she says at lunch and future episodes. So stay tuned.
Truth.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you.
me.
This was
Thanks
a
for
long
having me.
one, but we wanted it to be this way. We wanted you guys to get a good first taste of what's to come.
That's it. All right. So go out
Thanks for
there.
having me.
Don't be subtle.
Don't be
seen.
subtle. Be seen. Love you guys.
Bye.
My